Welcome back to the channel. Archimedes' Principle. It begins in the 3rd century BC in ancient Greece, specifically in Syracuse. The great mathematician, physicist, and inventor Archimedes was tasked by King Hiero II with determining if a new gold crown was actually pure gold or if the goldsmith had secretly alloyed it with cheaper silver. Legend has it that while stepping into his bathtub, Archimedes noticed the water level rise and suddenly understood the key concept. He famously leaped out and ran naked through the streets, shouting, "Eureka!" or "I have found it." What he found was the principle of buoyancy. This principle, the cornerstone of naval architecture, is the reason why anything floats. Simply put, any object wholly or partially immersed in a fluid is buoyed up by a force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. Let's break that down for a ship. Imagine the ship is a giant hollow steel bowl. When you place that bowl into the water, it begins to sink or immerse, pushing water aside. This pushed aside water is the displaced fluid. The weight of that displaced water creates an upward force called buoyancy. As the ship sinks deeper, it displaces more and more water, and the buoyancy force gets stronger and stronger. The ship continues to sink until the upward buoyancy force is exactly equal to the downward force of the ship's total weight, which includes the steel hull, the machinery, the fuel, the crew, and all the cargo. At this point, the forces are balanced and the ship floats in equilibrium. The depth to which the ship sinks is called its draft. The key isn't the ship's weight, but its shape and volume. A small, solid steel ball will sink because it displaces a very small volume of water, and the weight of that water is much less than the weight of the steel ball itself. However, if you take that same amount of steel and shape it into a huge, hollow hull, it now occupies a vast volume. This large volume can displace an immense weight of water, generating enough buoyancy to counteract the steel's own weight. This is why a ship, though heavy, floats, while a coin, though light, sinks. Naval architects use this principle constantly. They calculate the required volume of displacement needed to carry the ship's intended cargo safely. The ship's plimsoll mark, those lines painted on the side, are visual references for the maximum safe draft. They ensure that even when fully loaded, the ship displaces exactly the weight it needs to without sinking too deep and compromising stability. Every time a ship sails, it's a massive real-world demonstration of Archimedes' Principle, a constant perfect balance between the force of gravity pulling the ship down and the weight of the displaced water pushing it up. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, comment, like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Thank you.